Hi, friends. This is Caitlin. I'm so happy to be here with you with Pink and Main. Tonight, we are going to be working on a really fun project, not technically a card, but in honor of the January Pink and Main challenge theme, which is Let's Celebrate. I thought it would be really cute to make some little favors to celebrate Valentine's Day. So, my kids are off on Valentine's Day and so they I think aren't having like a party or anything. But if your kid is, or you know a kid that is, or you want to celebrate with family or even coworkers, like swap out the picture and these would be cute. But also I think this concept would work for lots of different shapes. So I think you could do the same thing as like a little Easter treat, birthday for sure. So I just thought it would be a fun one to play with and to get in the celebration mood. So I see a bunch of people checking in already. I saw Lisa and Dawn and Jay were here super early. Let's see, I saw Susan checking in with us. I see Peggy. Let's see. We're giving everybody a minute to jump in. I saw it's snowing still down south. We got snow. It's going to be 8 degrees here tonight. That's ridiculous. I see Michelle is checking in with us. Miss Jody, Sherry's here. Holly's here. Beth came to hang out. Brennan's here. Connie's here. Lori's here. Jackie Ann's here. Miss Gail made it. Yeah, there's a couple faces that have been missing for a little bit. I'm glad to see everybody back. Hopefully everything's okay. I see Annette. I see Kim. Uh, I see Barbara checking in. Oh goodness, Jay said I might have hundreds of Valentines. That's a lot of Valentines. Barbara's checking in. Dad's here. Karen's checking in. Amazing. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Let's go ahead and switch over and I will show you what my plan is. There we go. So these came out with last month's release. They're not January, right? They're December's release. And I never got to use them. So I thought it would be fun. These are the You Are My Favorite stamp set. And they're all these little cutesy Valentine's animals. And they're too cute. I had to use them. So I decided to make a cute little Valentine lollipop holder. And so I had to raid through all of the Halloween candy that's left and find Dum Dums. I could only find two. So we're making two. We're going to make a red and a pink. Right, Jay? Aren't the otters so cute? We're going to use the otters. And then either the foxes or the bunnies, I think, for what we're doing. Mostly because this scrap of Copic Express that I have fits those otters perfectly. So Uh, um, up, I see Melissa's checking in too. Trying to make sure Donna's here. Kathy's checking in. I gotta remember Kathy's under Scott's profile. Raquel's checking in from Puerto Rico. Hopefully it's warmer there for you than it is up here for us, Raquel. All right, so yeah, I have to go with all of my stuff, right? I have stop sign, but this is the only piece of stop sign cardstock that I have, apparently. I guess I used it all. So then I'm also going to do one in dress shop, and I grabbed the coordinating twines so that we can play with those and have them be matchy-matchy. And to make our actual Valentines, I am using the Heart of Flutter, which is this stamp set that comes with the heart outline. It comes with the You Are Amazing die, and then these butterflies. So we're going to use the words and the heart, but we're not using the butterflies. You totally could if you wanted to have if you wanted to have like a butterfly theme and it wasn't Valentine's Day, you wanted like a spring theme or like party favors, it would be really cute. Um, let's put on that. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to prep the Valentines first. I have this piece of ice rink cardstock, and we're going to trim it down. That should be more than enough to fix, right? So we're going to cut this piece of cardstock down the middle. And we're just gonna, this is gonna be 4 1/4 by 7. And we just need that twice. This one you could do the whole one. It doesn't, you could do more than 7, but we'll save a little bit of cardstock later. And basically to start this, we're making 2 mini cards, little shaped mini cards. You could also skip the candy part and just make these as mini Valentine's cards. That would also be fine. So we said this is 7. So I'm just going to score it in the middle at 3.5. Reinforce that fold. Um, Thank you guys for jumping in on the foil question. We've only used that, I've only used it once. And we used it mostly as a reverse image on the black foilable panel, which turned out pretty cool, I believe. All right, so basically now I have these little mini half cards, right? And I'm going to take my heart shape and I'm going to die cut it, tape it and die cut it. So just the littlest bit of the curved parts of the top of my heart are sticking over the top. Those are going to become our hinges. So if you wanted to do like an Easter themed card, you could do the same idea and just change the measurements, of your mini card as needed. But you could totally do the same thing with like an egg shape or a flower, a circle, a square, whatever you want. And then you could just pop on whatever themed things to make it fit for that occasion. I like to do this upside down so I can really make sure that I'm getting the tiniest bit over the edge. We're also going to be cutting colored parts to go on these two. So if you have a little more hinge, that's okay too, because we're still going to get that full heart shape. But the heart is really cute because it naturally gives you the space for the lollipops to go, which I love. Just gonna repeat that process with this second card. My die cutting machine is up here on a desk. Pardon me while I die cut here. Okay. I see Kendra popping in. I see Krista. Krista said, stay warm, people. Seriously, I was watching a TikTok live today of someone from Pensacola, Florida, and it was snowing. They were out on the beach in the sand, and it was all covered in snow. And some of those crazy, I shouldn't put that back yet. Some of those crazy people were out there trying to get in the water. All right, so this is what I mean by the hinge, because we didn't cut the full shape and we put that those little curved parts over the fold. We now have these little mini heart cards. Again, we could just do that and have little mini Valentine's heart cards. So cute. But look how cute and perfect the lollipops fit. It's literally like the perfect length. So we're gonna do it and add a little, I'm not sure if we're gonna, I think we're gonna hole punch and do like a little tie, but you could probably also just like tape it shut. But isn't that so perfect? And they have like heart shaped lollipops and stuff like that. It could be um like whatever theme you want. Brendan, that's exactly what my first thought was. Snow on the beach. Weird, but it was wonderful. Yeah. But you know, with more swear words from Taylor Swift. Um, okay, so we also need 2 hearts from each color of our cardstock. It's just gonna take a second and just die cut these 4 as quick as I can. And then we'll get to, we'll have one more thing to die cut too, because I need to die cut the center. So that's gonna be the front. And then we need another pink one. But this one, we're gonna go ahead and add the words into it. Because instead of having to glue down the words, I want to be able to glue down the like the heart, and the white space underneath will be our words, like showing through. I just thought that would hold up a lot better too. I'd rather have more than one layer. Keep it nice and sturdy. And I probably could have done this pre, like before we went live, but I didn't cut. Some of it did. Huh, strange. Yeah, there's just too much going on with that frame. Let's try this again. You have that middle shimmer came in. I think it was just too much. So we can also save all of these letters. Right now, the most important thing is I'm going to try to save all of the little like insert pieces. So like the little triangles and the A's, we're going to need those for the letters that have them, right? That it's inside of the O. So I'm not going to get rid of any of my letters because I'm probably going to use them to help me lay out where everything goes to. So some of my letters, the little pieces that I need got left in here. So that's going to be back, right? Like that. And we'll fill in those letters. And then that'll be the front. And again, we could totally make that where the like little message goes. Maybe we'll do that and we'll just make a tiny little spot for our twine to tie it shut. That sounds cute. Okay, but now I got to do the same things over again with the red. That's what I was saying before. Sorry. I probably should have pre-done one of these colors. But you guys know I don't like to pre-plan too much. I like to wing it as we go. Seems good though. Seems like you guys are catching up with each other in the chat. I'd love to see that. We can do a little happy slice of internet for a while. Sorry if the phone is shaking like an earthquake. Red. And I double checked the monthly challenge goes through, I believe it's February 12th. So you have plenty of time if you decide that you want to participate in the Celebrate Challenge with the January challenge. And then it enters you in a chance to win a $25 Pink and Mean like gift voucher, website voucher. It's pretty exciting. Okay, that should be all of the die cutting. Good. All right, let's get these little parts assembled first, I think, and then we'll stamp in color. Still managed to save a good chunk of cardstock. Hey, Libby and Allie. I'm sorry if I missed anybody else. Kathleen. It's been interesting trying to keep up with all this die cutting going on. Okay, so let's attach the front heart first. And I'm doing liquid glue just so I can squish it into place where to go. Right, so far, just a very cute shaped card. For the inner part of the back, I just want tiny little dots of glue. I'm not even really squeezing, kind of just letting the glue do its own thing. Give that a good squish. Oh, silly. Just a little dot of glue in the center there. And then I'm going to kind of use my thumb to hold the center part in place and use my pick to pull up the outer part of the O. Right, so that's how we're going to get all of those little bits. And then, like I said, you can also just save these letters to do the same kind of card. With the reverse. This little triangle on my A might be a little too. Probably help if it was the right A. Oh. Mm, same A. It's literally that one. That's pretty much how my week has been going so far. There we go. So, you are amazing. And we'll put our little critters on the front. And I have a hole punch. Give it a little measuring squeeze there. Go. And that way we can put our little to and from on the inside, and we can use our twine when we're done to tie it shut. I'm very curious, what kind of cards have you guys been making now that we're like past the holidays. I feel like even if you make like Valentine's cards, most people aren't making like a lot of them unless you're doing Valentines, like individual gifty Valentines. So what is everybody making? Are we doing like, is this like birthday card season, thank you cards? Are we just making Valentine's cards for the fun of it? I'm always up for a good, like, thinking of you all occasion card. But I really liked the idea of the celebrate theme because it does kind of feel like a between time. Lisa says birthday cards. Stamperoo's doing Valentine, St. Patrick's, and Easter. Love that. That's true. We were just making a bunch of Easter cards this past week, huh? Dawn said she's making Christmas cards. She's trying to make a few on the 25th of each month. That's smart. Thinking of you, a birthday, winter birthday, Easter. Party cards. Oh, Dean, there's a Pink and Mean is running monthly challenges now. Um, so there's like a theme each month, and all the details are on the blog. If you go to the Pink and Mean blog, you'll be able to find all the extra specifics there. But this month's theme is Let's Celebrate. And if you enter or if you submit a card or project, you're entered for a chance to win a Pink and Main gift card / voucher for $25. Should get home. He's ready now. Ah, I'm glad if you guys have more questions on the challenge and that side of things, it looks like Libby and Brennan are answering in the chat. So thank you for that. That's it for this one. I hope everybody enjoyed the Instagram hop from last week, sharing lots of inspiration with the new release. It was a fun one. I definitely got inspired. seeing some of the other creations that were made, some color choices and, vellum usage that I would never have come up with on my own. I was very excited and inspired by that. Anybody who watched my video, this video for my little hop Easter card, thank you for that. Okay, now that we have the Valentine part built, let's stamp. Grab the stamps and the dies. The dies. Good. Don't right there, right there. Okay, let's get Misty and my scraps. Okay, quick express it. Otters. Oh, those bunnies open. We'll just use one scrap then. Very convenient. Oh, I'm crooked. Sorry if I've been crooked that whole time. Oh, good. It looks like Brennan and Lydia are working on a video to help everybody submit their challenge cards. I'm going in with asphalt ink on my Copic Express It paper. If you're an Olo user, colorist, I would highly recommend using your ice rink cardstock instead. Apparently, all of my Pink and Maine towels, microfibers, are in the wash, so that's fun. I will clean these off later. Okay, let's zoom in for some coloring. There we go. Okay. Otters are brown. I think I want to go with some 70s for them. A little purpling. They'll go on our pink Valentine. So I'm going to start with 79, which is pretty dark. So I'm going to try to use it a little sparingly. I'm going to make the heavier part of my shadow on the outside of each of them since they're turned in facing each other. So I'm still going to have shadow on this side, like on the arm and the foot and on the head too, but I'm not gonna make it as heavy of a line, right? And that way they'll be like shining from the center. Very cute. She has teeny tiny little itty bitty otter eyelashes. So cute. That was 79. We're going to jump to 77. J exactly. I don't know if that's like an actual like rule as far as what Olo says, but I 100% have tested it here many times live, and the Olos flood the Copic paper for me, and everything starts to bleed really quickly because there's however that ink flows out, the free flowing versus whatever weird suction pressurized whatever for a Copic. The ice rink paper just holds up so much better, and I get a much nicer blend, and it's much more forgiving with my Olos. Right, then we'll jump down to 74. And these are kind of like taupey, slightly purple based browns. So I think they definitely cool toned. So I think they will look very cute with our pink stock. And I'm going to use just a little bit of that, what was our lightest color for this combo is going to become our darkest color for the bellies. I'm going to have the center belly part of them be a lot lighter. Okay, then I'll bring in 71. And it's cold, so you know my Copics are freaking out and leaking from the caps. I don't know if that's all Copics or just mine. I've never heard anyone else complain about it, but it happens to me regularly. I need some, these are going on pink, so I want an RV. We'll go RV 14. Give them teeny tiny blush marks. And I went out of the lines right here. So I'm just going to go in with a white gel pen, hide that away, give a little highlight to their nose and their cheeks. All right, so there are little otters. And then for our bunnies, I'm thinking gray. Cute with our red. Let's see what. And by good, I just mean what hasn't dried up. I really need to go through and read these so bad. Same thing, I'm going to keep all of my shading on the outer, sorry, yeah, on the outer part. So for this guy, it's on the left. Don't have that microfiber. These caps are nuts. There we go. So on this one, it's on the left. The other one, it's going to be on. Little, little tiny nose, bridge of the nose shadow. That was in 5. Then we'll jump to 3. We're not doing anything crazy over here. And then my N1, oh no, I was going to say, she's N1. So 5, 3, 1 for these guys. Oh, yeah. Very trying. Going within here, just because that marker was so dry. I'm still going to leave a little bit of white. Why not let the paper do some of that work for us? And one up there. Maybe one day get reads. This I'm going to go with a much softer pink because I don't want them to be, I don't want their ears and stuff to be red to match cardstock. The hearts we can do red, but their little blush marks and their ears we'll do in like a very pale R00. And then maybe some 46. No, I'm not going to shade those. We're just going to color them. So cute. Oh, thank you guys so much. I promise you can. I'm not doing anything crazy. I don't have any professional training. Just a lot of practice. And a distinct lack of fear when it comes to ruining my paper. That's really the secret. I'm not afraid to just go for it. And if something happens and I don't like it and no one sees that card, then it was just a learning experience. And that's okay too. Not everything has to be, the best card ever. You guys know, if you've been here before, there are plenty of cards I make live that are good enough, but they're not my favorite card I've ever made. But we always learn something making them together. Okay, there's our little babies. They're so cute. And this last part's gonna go pretty quick, I think. So we already did all that other work. And it could be cute. Let's come up with a little heart stamp. I made a little fun there. Do a little tone on tone for a pink. Because I want this to look like a pattern paper. I'm going to make sure I'm moving my stamp around and that some of it hangs off the edge. Cute. I think I'm going to leave the red one red. But I do think that's very sweet. And you know what? Let's top them up with foam because why not? Oh yeah, Diane, Lisa is right. If you aren't sure about the actual like color choice in blending, the hex charts from Sandy Almack for Olos, Copics, they're a couple dollars. You can print out a couple copies for each download. I use them constantly. And you can also swatch. There's times where I just swatch in the moment at the bottom of my paper, like outside of where I'm stamping. And you can you'll start to see which colors you like together. But I've been coloring with Copics for over 5 years, and I still use my hex charts constantly. And I don't have all of the markers, so that's part of it too. Okay. Here's my little tiny baby. So just imagine, right? I'm writing my like to whoever from whoever on the inside of these, right? And then we have our little lollipop. Just tuck that right into the top of that heart. And like we said, you could swap this out for a different kind of lollipop or whatever. Some little heart lollies. Just had to use whatever was in the Halloween bin. So I'm gonna loop mine through and then give it a cute little bow, I think. Just like that. I mean, I'm not a kid anymore, but I would be really excited about that. And I know this probably isn't true for everybody's office, but the office I work in, the girls would freak out if I came in with these for Galentine's or Valentine's Day and just like had one on everybody's desk. So throwing that out there. Make our second. Easy peasy. So to do my tie, so you don't have to like hold it and be like worried while you're tying the tie about how to make it tight. I'm folding my twine in half and taking the looped end, the folded end, and putting that through the hole. Then I'm going to loop my loose ends through that. Okay, and then just pull tight. And that way that holds as if it's a knot, right, on its own. That's holding and doing that job for you. So then you can just take your time making your bow. And you don't have to worry about tweezers or, you know, all the fiddly stuff. You could trim these down or leave them alone. Right? And then you are amazing. I might have to make more of these and take them to work because if the girls find out that I made these here, they're going to want them. But yeah, so I just thought that was a fun, something different, something to celebrate. Yeah, Valentine's with month-old candy. But dum-dums don't go bad. Hello. Dum-dums are forever. Dum-dum, like in the zombie apocalypse, I'll be eating dum-dums. Fine. All right. So that is my fun little Valentine's celebrate idea for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It seemed like you did. I will be back here on Thursday for another fun project. I'm still open to, oh, sorry, real quick. Gail said, do they stay in? They do. I'm sure they'd be easy enough to pull out, but it was like, right, even if I'm just holding it by just the string, I'm not even pinching the paper, they stay in because of how it's folded and how this is completely closed at the bottom. It's in there. So these would be fine for transporting. Like I would trust my kids to take these into school if they were having a party. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll be back here Thursday. I'm open to ideas. So if anyone has questions or anything they'd like to see used, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you back here at 8:30 then. Until next time, guys, have a good night and happy crafting.